Any cost it might incur, even her personal upkeep, whatever is necessary.
Yes. How far along is the young woman? Does she live here in Levy?
She's obviously not married.
Yes.
No. I'll answer all your questions in due time, okay?
Perhaps we could meet her and get to know her, and then she could get to know us and get to know what kind of people we are and how badly we desire a child, and then that would make her feel much better about her decision.
Well, there are organizations that do, well, they kind of encourage relationship between the biological mother and the prospective parents, but we happen to think that that's against the best interests of the mother.
Oh, why is that?
Well, we found in our experience that it's best for the mother to just give her child and get on with her life.
Well, I guess it's best to follow your experience and knowledge and your rules.
Well, there aren't too many rules that we have, but there is one important step that we must keep before we allow you to adopt a child.
What's that?
Well, Serena and I like to visit prospective parents in their homes. Now, you wouldn't mind us visiting you, would you?
Oh, my God. You think they killed her?
Well, there was nothing to prove that the Winslows or the Wymans were responsible.
But this reporter sure seems to think they were.
Yes, he did, and he printed it in this article, and then they sued him for libel, and they won. Shortly after that, they disbanded the school, and they moved on.
And they assumed new identity.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm trying to find something after they left Texas. Now, if I can come up with enough circumstantial evidence, maybe that will be enough to lock them up.
Well, there must be something in their files. You know, some kind of bank statement or some piece of paper that has a different name on it.
Tina, I want you to stay away from their files. Do you understand me? These people are very dangerous. Just stay as far away from them as possible. That includes you and Gabrielle. Because if you're not careful, the two of you could end up being involved in a hit-and-run accident yourselves, just like that woman in Texas.
Now, we have a picture of the house. Honey, do you have it with you?
No, I don't. No.
Well, we can send it to you.
Is there any reason why you don't want us to visit your home?
Oh, no, we're certainly not opposed to your visiting us.
No, it just seems like it would be a lot of trouble for you. Your time's very valuable, and a trip out to Pine Valley would be an inconvenience.
No, not at all, not at all. We have a responsibility to both our infants and our mothers. I mean, we'd be remiss if we didn't assure ourselves that the environment was a loving and comfortable one.
But in our case, are you sure the visit is absolutely necessary?
I'm afraid we can't even consider you as prospective parents until we visit your home.
Oh.
Well, I guess that's the rules. Feel free to come at any time.
You know, we have so many activities scheduled now during the holidays. What time would be good for you, Mr. Wyman?
Well, I'm afraid, Barbara, these are not scheduled visits.
I beg your pardon?
We find impromptu visits a better way to judge the environment.
You mean that you're just going to drop in on us without any notice? Oh, my goodness. What is the house's command?
We're not looking for a picture-perfect home. We've seen dirty dishes in the sink and the laundry piled up on the laundry room floor. Please, don't spend the next few days pushing a vacuum cleaner around your house.
Well, we keep a pretty tidy house anyway.
Well, then, we'll see you soon. Looking forward to our visit real soon. Day or night. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for coming in.
We so much appreciate your care and your concern.
Thank you.
Bye, Mrs. Wyman.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
God bless. Nice to have met you. Bye. Bye.
They do seem like an ideal couple, don't they?
Did you see that ring on her finger? Whew. They must have a lot of money to throw around.
We'll have a perfect opportunity to find out just how comfortable they are when we make our visit to Pine Valley. We may be able to get $60,000, $70,000 for the child.
Let's not think about money now, Serena. We've got some more work to do.
You mean our impromptu visit?
I mean, some additional investigating.
Why? You have some reason to be suspicious of them?
It's always good to be safe. I want you to find out everything there is to know about the Wedgeworth from Pine Valley.
Every morning.
I don't know. Hopefully it'll be soon. In the meantime, it looks like all we can do is cross our fingers.
Well, if what Vicky and Roger are doing works, then we won't have to worry anymore because we'll tell Race and oversee an opening shipping.
Don't hold your breath on that, Tina.
Why, you don't think they'll be able to convince Ambrose to sell them Gabrielle's baby?
Tina, I know one thing about these people. They are very slick. They have slipped by the law on many occasions. It's going to take a hell of a lot to trap them.
Well, we'll do it. One way or another. We'll do it.
Tina, I want you to be careful. Please.
I will be. You can stop worrying about me, okay?
So, when do you need to get back to the clinic?
Well, actually, I have the afternoon off. And I'll have to be back at the halfway house for dinner time. I mean, it's kind of unusual for me to have a little time to myself now. And, do you have to go right back to work?
No. Actually, I'm done for a while because I had a couple hours reserved so I could take Deborah out and take some pictures, but that's not going to happen. So maybe for once I can hit the gym.
Yeah, well, I have a lot of Christmas shopping to do, and I won't have much time to do it. So maybe I'll go look for CJ's presents. Do you know what you're going to give him? Because you shouldn't get him the same thing.
No, you know me. I don't do my shopping till the last minute. As a matter of fact, though, I remember seeing something in the paper today. This locomotive thing that it ride on?
Let me guess. It's all red, and it sits on, it scoots around.
Yeah.
The engineer.
Yeah, that's it. Obviously, you saw the same thing.
Yeah, and I think he's going to love it.
Well, good. Well, then I guess I'll pick that up for him.
Well, you know what? I'll get him a little engineer outfit. There's a little bandana and a little hat.
Yeah, he loves hats. Speaking of which, when do you think a good time to get a little boy a cowboy hat might be?
Well, I think the little boy is never too young for a cowboy hat.
Good. Well, do you want to pick that up for him, or should I?
I'll do it, but let me write it down so I don't forget it.
Look, since we both seem to have the afternoon off, what do you say we go out shopping together? I mean, if you don't mind me tagging along.
No. No, I don't mind at all.
Oh, hello, hello. Oh, looks like you could use some coffee, huh?
Yeah, I think we could.
You have problems with the St. Onion?
No, it's just been a very trying afternoon, and it promises to be a very trying week.
Oh, no, not to worry. It's going to go off like clockwork. Now, you sit down, and I will get you some coffee and hot apple pie fresh out of the oven.
Oh, that sounds good.
Thank you very much.
Well, let's try not to worry. We passed the interview, although Tina almost gave us away.
Yep.
We answered all the questions, didn't we?
Yes, but it never dawned on me they were going to want to see our home, the Wedgeworth home. I don't know how we're going to get out of this one.
Can you get a key to the Wedgeworth house?
Well, yes, Barbara gave me one in case I needed it, but...
Well, then the problem's solved. We'll move into the house and live together. What's wrong? You don't want to set up housekeeping with me?
This is not nearly so amusing as you seem to think it is. Look, if it were just a matter of meeting Mr. Wyman at the Wedgeworth house at a particular time, I wouldn't have any qualms about it. But I cannot move out of Lambfair and move into Pine Valley.
You don't have to.
Oh, really? Well, what do we do? What do we tell him if he shows up and we're not home? What do we do if he goes and talks to the neighbors and finds out that George and Barbara Wedgeworth are in Paris for a year?
We will be home.
Roger, I just told you...
You don't think that he'll come by before 7 in the morning, do you?
Probably not.
Or after midnight. We'll meet bright and early every morning. We'll spend the entire day at the Wedgeworth house together, waiting for the Wymans to make their visit. Now we can finish up the last few details of the centennial. I can make lunch for you. And we can just make the house look lived in.
I'm just loving every minute beside you.
I haven't had such a good time in a long time, and it's all for a good cause, Mrs. Wedgworth.
Here is your coffee.
Here's your pie, fresh out of the oven.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Thank you, Wanda.
Now, Victoria, if you're feeling nervous about this, we can give up on the whole idea.
No, I don't want to give up on it. There are too many innocent young lives that are at stake. Did you see that worm, Ambrose, the way he looked at my ring? He had dollar signs in his eyes.
Yes, I did.
I detest the man and all his good works.
Well, if we pass the test, you'll be able to tell us a child, and we'll put an end to his good works immediately.
All right. I will meet you at the Wedgworth's house tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. I just pray to God this doesn't backfire on me.